When it comes to the currently topical issue of global warming, climate change, whatever it does rather change its name, I think we have to be very, very careful. There are significant differences between that and the acid rain question that I mentioned earlier. I think we need to keep at the forefront of our minds, first of all, that Christians should be interested in truth. And in this topic, we're always told that there's a consensus in science, that it's A causing B, and we need to fix B by changing A. And it's really just not that simple. Science doesn't work by consensus. Science works by controversy and challenge and open debate. And we find that many of the predictions, well, certainly in the case of climate change, of course, there has been warming. Anyone that denies that is in denial of the facts. It has been getting warmer over the last 100 years, not by much, but by, maybe just under 1 degree. It's also incontrovertible that the carbon dioxide levels have been increasing, so no one at all disputes these things. The question is, will we get catastrophic climate change? And the question then is, if we think we can head that off by remedial measures, we better be ethical about the way we consider those remedial measures. The case of acid rain I mentioned earlier, there was only a marginal cost to cleaning up the emissions. In the case of carbon dioxide, there's an absolutely enormous cost, and there are many unforeseen consequences. 1 million acres of rainforest were taken out in Indonesia alone just to promote biodiesel, biofuels. And other parts of the world, the food became much more expensive, and poor people suffered. So we need to look, I think, as Christians at the issue as a whole and to see in a balanced way what is a way through this. I think it's far too easy for Christians simply to get on the bandwagon and say, yeah, us too. And we don't want to be thought of as not caring about the environment, but I think we need to take the bigger view. There is no power source that doesn't have some downside. Nuclear has a downside, but we weigh that up. Coal has a downside. Wind power has a downside. It can chop up birds and spoil the landscape. So I just think a more rounded view is really what we should be doing. And perhaps just in closing, I could say that I found Francis Schaeffer's view of the early 1970s very, very helpful in our framework for how Christians should view these things. Schaeffer said that because we believe that there will be a new heavens and new earth, we believe there is a kind of perfection to attain. We know full well that can't be attained here and now. But like in every other way, whether it's in our relationships, whether it's in politics, we're trying to improve things. We're trying to say, let's get it more like it will be until the time when it will be like that. And I think that's a really good framework.